According to Ohio State University, the average back injury costs $10,000 to $300,000, yet millions of Americans suffer from back injuries each year. One of the most common causes of back injuries is improper lifting. I've actually had some coworkers who have been hurt on the job due to poor lifting techniques. This evening, I will be demonstrating and explaining how to properly lift heavy objects and avoid serious back injuries. First, you must have to make sure the object is safe to lift. Then you'll have to properly lift it, of course, and then finally the object must be put down safely. And to start, you're going to want to know where the object is going, and you're going to want to clear the path of all obstacles before you begin trying to lift the object, and you're also going to want to measure to make sure the object will fit where it's trying to go. And John Baltz, the Director of Loss and Prevention and Safety at Eau Claire University, suggested that you just slightly lift the object off the ground before you try to do any heavy lifting, just like this. And that will tell you a couple things. It should tell you first how heavy the object is and if you're going to be able to lift it by yourself or not, or if you'll need help from someone else. And it will also give you a good idea of how you want to hold the object, if you want to hold it from the base or if you want to hug the object around you. It will also give you an idea of the temperature of the object, and if it's too cool or too hot, just wait and let it get to room temperature. And it will also tell you if the object is slippery or not, in which case you want to put on gloves so it will be stickier, or clean it off to make it not slippery. And you definitely want to make sure that if it's something like in a box like this, that all the pieces are stable and stuff isn't moving around inside, or else you'll end up, it can shift and then really throw off your balance, especially if it's a very heavy object. And then finally, before you fully lift it, you're going to want to get on the position and face the direction you're walking first, because you want to avoid all twisting and you want to prevent as much turning as possible. Obviously, if you're taking a corner, you're going to have to turn, but try to do as little as possible. And then once you're finally ready, of course, lift with your knees and not your back. And this is a commonly known fact, but it's understated how important it is, because it prevents stress on your back by about 4 to 5 times. So if you're lifting tons of things throughout the day, that really starts to add up. And then as you're lifting, you want to keep your stomach tense and your back straight. And doing these two things will help complement and support your knee strength. And then once it's lifting, as you're moving, keep the object close to you. Don't hold it out like this or above you or below you. That's not very natural, but just in case, keep it close, keep it around your chest or your stomach. And according to Yale University's website, you want to keep your feet about the width of your shoulders, and you want to take small steps, not large ones, especially if it's a very heavy object. Obviously this object isn't heavy because I'm talking during it. And most of us know some of these facts, but I can guarantee you we all forget them when we handle certain objects, especially living objects like animals or children or people. And this is because we think we need to just grab them quickly and bend over with our back and pick them up and grab them quick. And that's a terrible way of doing it. All of the above still applies. And you just want to bend down, keeping your back straight, using your knees, and just make sure the child or the pet is calm and that they're going to be comfortable and ready to be picked up, in which case you can proceed as normal. And then finally, when you're ready to put the object down, you'll either be putting it in one of 3 places. The first one is somewhere around your knees or body length. And if you put it there, it's very natural. If it's going on a shelf, just to slide it in, that's very easy. If you're putting it on the ground or lower, just keep your back straight and bend your knees and use your legs as a natural sort of guide for it, and place it on there and just let it slide off your knee. And then finally, if the object is going above you, it's very important that you don't lift it like this. That's actually how most people get hurt when they're lifting objects, really heavy objects, including my coworkers. And you have 2 choices. What you can do is either switch it with a lighter object that's in a middle level shelf or a lower level shelf, or if that's not an option, you can use a step stool. This probably isn't the most sturdy step stool, but you want to you'll want to use something like that. Definitely not sturdy. Don't use this step stool. And to wrap up, just make sure that you are capable of lifting the object and that your path is clear. Lift safely using your knees to lift and holding the object near you, taking small steps. And finally, place the object down slowly by sliding it off of you and using a stepladder if needed. If you follow these steps, you'll be able to keep your back safe and save thousands of dollars in medical bills. You hang on everyone again.